welcome back to the show. It's I Quit My Band. Everyone clap. I know we got off to a rocky start, but
we're good.
Still got to clap.
Yeah.
My name's Nate.
I'm JJ.
I'm Evan.
We thank you for being here, folks. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Comment down below. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. Get the shirt in the description and subscribe to our Patreon. $5 a month for weekly bonus content. Supergroup, the last recap episode of Supergroup is coming out this Sunday.
No, it's not.
Oh,
no, second to last.
Second to last. We're about to watch.
Oh, that's right. Second to
Yeah.
last.
Yeah.
Okay. We still got some time.
We're good.
Yeah. Next week is the last.
Next week's gonna be the last one.
We're approaching the end of
Damn.
Supergroup. It sucks.
It does suck.
It does.
Yeah.
It
It is
hurts.
so much fun. It hurts.
To say goodbye to my friends Evan Seinfeld and Jason Bonham.
My best friend Sebastian Bach. I hope he's doing well. That's
My best friend Doc McGee.
Yeah.
I asked my fiance Kat this morning. I was like, because felt like I was being a little high maintenance. It's not important, but I was like, am I like being like Sebastian right now with like I gotta go on a run.
I gotta go running, dude.
What's wrong with your hand?
I'm not fucking. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my god.
That's Jason
fuck.
Bonham's hand.
Never to be mentioned
I
again,
know.
too. It was
Yeah,
like they
numbness
built up
of
this
the hand.
like fake
Yeah.
drama that they couldn't be able to play because Jason Bonham's hand, and then he's just like,
He went
totally
to a
fine.
hospital.
he got an
Anyways.
MRI.
Yeah.
Yeah, hand MRI, which I didn't know that you could do. I
guess
thought
you-
that
You
was
can just put your hand in that big tube.
put your hand in.
Just give me like here down.
If
Yeah.
you're Jason Bonham, you have special privileges.
Yeah, you put the hand in, and that thing, like the tube, like just comes and crushes your arm. You're like, ah! Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
Do you
Yo,
remember?
it's bad
Oh,
now.
it's really bad.
We don't know what it was like before.
but
ruined
now,
now.
it is bad.
You guys remember in The Office when Michael Scott grilled his foot?
Yeah.
And he's sticking his foot in
does,
the MRI
yeah.
machine with Dwight. Who's
I like to have the
concussed.
bacon ready. That smell hits me first
He's
thing in
like,
the
what
morning.
is so wrong about that?
Yeah, and he steps on
The
it.
fucking foreman. Yeah.
It's so good.
Anyways,
The Office is the best show
it
ever.
is so good.
Anyway, tonight we are going to be, or today we're going to be reviewing something that we were kind of excited for, more just
Curious.
out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Morbid. Call it morbid curiosity.
Yeah, morbid curiosity. It is the debut solo record from Flea, the Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist.
What are your guys' experiences with Flea?
Yeah, what's everyone's experiences with Flea? Do you
mostly-
like Flea?
I like the Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's in that.
Yeah.
It's mostly Skiba Dubba Dooba, California.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Red Hot Chili Peppers is interesting because when I was growing up, they were like a cool band to like.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, especially like the comeback record, Californication, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, seen as a like bona fide classic of that era.
Yep.
And it really feels like the last decade has not been kind
No.
to the Red Hot
Yeah.
Chili Peppers. They've become kind of like a meme.
Yeah.
Maybe the last 15 years almost too.
Well,
Yeah, like really post Stadium Arcadium. I think it like kind of started at Stadium Arcadium.
Yeah.
Well, they did have the big, John Frusciante left the band, and then they came back with
Klinghoffer.
the album called "I'm With You."
Didn't mind that one.
I didn't mind it either, and that's like when I really had like a Red Hot Chili Peppers moment. Like I was in
Same.
high school, I was getting into a lot of music at the time, and I was like, Chili Peppers, not my favorite thing in the world, but there's something about them getting rid of Frusciante that like made me want to listen to them. Like, because I heard about who Josh Klinghoffer was, and he had his own band called Dot Hacker, and I listened to them, and they were it was actually pretty cool.
He's got
So-
the best voice in the band.
Yeah, he had a good voice.
Yeah.
He like produced a couple, or maybe one of the Warpaint albums, that band Warpaint, and I was like, this guy seems cool. Like I'm gonna listen to this, and there were a couple songs that weren't bad. Adventures of Rain Dance Maggie.
Yep.
But then Frusciante comes back, and I feel like everyone was like excited for that, and I just did not like any of those records that they came back with. Like I thought they were like, what was really on those? That was
I can't
good?
remember.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
Like I know that he was, the first time that he comes back is Californication. So that became like the
yeah.
like
Yeah.
in case of emergency.
Yeah.
get Frusciante out of
Get
his house
Frusciante,
to be in the band again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of a Navarro One Hot Minute kind of guy.
Damn.
Only that. No, I've always liked Frusciante. I mean, especially like Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Like so much of that album is built off of Chad, Flea, and him like jamming. Like they have. I think that like they like by the end of the Frusciante era into the Klinghoffer era, they were more like writing pop rock songs. In the Chili Peppers voice, which I don't know if like Frusciante is as well suited for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's probably true. Like Snow, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Snow is like a song that's like everyone loves, but it's like to me, I'm just like, this is a lot of guitar noodling.
It
for
sounds like-
just 4 chords, like that is
Yes.
really any song. you
It
know?
sounds like a guitar exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is where I kind of am with Flea. I always knew that Flea is like, out of the musicians in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who are all good, Flea is probably the most impressive.
Yes.
Like even like songs that I wouldn't like from them, I'm like, that's a pretty sick bass line.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, we are talking about Flea here and not the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
How can you talk about Flea and not the Chili
Yeah,
Peppers
yeah.
though?
But-
Yeah.
Sorry, go
No,
ahead.
It's I'm not much of a slap bass guy. But he is widely renowned as like one of the best bass players of all time.
Yeah.
There was a video that I saw of Flea once. It was him and maybe his wife or something. They were doing a What's in My Bag at Amoeba, and he brought out this J Dilla like box set thing. He had a very diverse selection. Impressive. It wasn't just like shit you'd think the Chili Peppers would listen to.
Butthole Surfers
Yeah.
records.
Hell yeah. Sublime.
Yeah. And he like was talking about J Dilla, and he got like emotional and like started weeping.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, this guy's like kind of intense.
Yeah.
And I like respect that about him. And his just general like, I think he like went to school to like get a music degree or something like that, like recently.
Yeah, I think that might be true.
So I don't know. I've always known that he is like a very deep and impressive dude, but makes this very surface level skibadoo-bop California shit, you know? And so I don't know.
Well, when you got the pull from that. You know,
Yeah.
You're not
for
going to
sure.
be like, yeah, I'm too good for this. Which
But
might
that's
be what he's doing with this.
kind of, yeah. I think like that was like in my head what I thought a Flea solo album would sound like. I was thinking like funk,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
you know, like soul, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I just saw the track listing and I saw that Thom Yorke and Nick Cave were on it,
Yeah.
2 guys I love,
Yeah.
I said, oh no.
Yeah.
You know, because that leads me to believe we're going into like an artsy fartsy type territory, which is like, you know, I just didn't know if I wanted that from a Flea album.
Yeah.
Well, he's collaborated with Thom Yorke before.
The Adams for Peace
Adams
thing.
for Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of made sense to me that Thom Yorke would show up on this. Nick Cave was kind of a left field approach, but yeah, when I heard this was like a jazz album, I was like, I had the oh no reaction too, because it made me think back to the Andre 3000 record. Like I don't know why these were just like 1 and 1 in my head. I was like, Andre 3000 came back and everyone thought it was going to be cool, and it was this fucking flute album, and that's what I'm going to get with Flea. I'm not the biggest Flea fan. I kind of feel like you guys, where it's like I have a lot of respect for Flea. I think he's a great musician. I think he's definitely the best, most exciting part of the Chili Peppers, but he attaches himself to the Chili Peppers and like guys who are, you know, if you're ever in like a conversation with a guy wearing cargo shorts, he's always like, Flea, John Paul Jones, and you're just like,
Yeah.
really, Flea before John Paul Jones?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like, it's like one of those things. So yeah, I wasn't like, I guess I was kind of pleased that it wouldn't be funk in like typical Red Hot Chili Peppers bullshit, and it was cool that he was working with Thom Yorke again and Nick Cave and all this stuff. But yeah, I was still just thinking about how disappointing the Andre 3000 thing was.
Yeah, when you dropped Andre Flea 1000 in the group chat, I was like, yes.
Andre Flea, I was like, I don't know. When I thought of that, I was like, this is a great joke.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Anything. Well, and I think it's pretty logical to compare the two because both guys stepped out of their bands for a solo record way into their careers.
Yeah.
So that's it's kind of a similar thing. The Andre 3000 thing, I think, is a bit more confusing.
It's
because
for sure, yeah.
he's like an incredible rapper from a great rap hip hop group, and Flea, is from like this punk funk whatever band that the Chili Peppers are, but he's always been known as a guy that like kind of dabbles in trumpet type stuff and like has a deeper appreciation of music besides just the shit. I don't know if Andre was totally known for that. So the Flea, where Flea went with this album that we're reviewing, made slightly more sense. Just knowing like the fucking music scholar that the dude claims to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, the album's called Honora.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what it is. It's mostly like a jazz fusion record. And it starts off like it just throws you right into it, like where it's just like he does cover Maggot Brain.
He does
later in the record, but it kind of starts off the way Maggot Brain does with like all this kind of craziness and like weirdness going on.
Yeah.
And it's like sounds like free form chaotic jazz, which like not a lot of people like, Like, you have to be a certain type of person to really like that stuff. And the way it starts off, I was like, okay, this is just like this weird interlude. But then it goes to the first single, A Plea.
From Flea.
It's sort of a Flea plea.
It's a Flea plea. And it starts off with like, like a crazy bass line from Flea. I'm like, okay, classic.
Yeah.
Classic Flea. Get some trumpets in the mix.
Yeah.
It goes on for like 3 minutes, and then I was like, okay, we're going to get an instrumental jazz record here, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And then we get hit with the vocal.
The peace and love thing.
On that track, and
Yeah.
I was like, we could be in for like a rough time.
Yeah.
Because his lyrics and his vocal it is like burst out laughing level.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like very 1960s. Brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
come on, everybody! Like it's basically
He's got
what it is.
like
He
kind of a
go-
funny voice too.
He does. And at one point he's like, "This shit ain't corny." And it's like, you
like-
don't get to decide that.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm
You're
also-
yelling
I'm-
that, then
we might be
it might
corny.
be corny.
This shit ain't corny, but I've seen your penis before.
Yeah.
You've done somersaults.
He's
naked
recording
on stage.
this with a sock on his cock.
Yeah.
Shit is real.
Yeah.
Stand up, brothers and sisters.
Peace of love, though.
He
Peace of
just has
love.
a tube sock covering his balls.
Yeah.
His dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt the same way. When a plea came on, I thought the first half, like, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
this is kind of
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like the horns sound good. It's a more like intricate bass line than you're gonna hear on like a regular jazz record.
Yep.
But yeah, when I heard that like back half, and like he kind of steals the Morrissey line a little bit from I Know It's Over, where it's like, it's easy to hate, it's easy to laugh, but it takes guts to be gentle and kind. It's like, we already have that.
We
Make
have
it
it.
a better song.
And we don't
Yeah.
need it in this form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like
was
that was
rough.
scary to
Yeah.
start off the record with A Plea, and it rhymes with Flea, and it has Flea singing on it. And you're just like, oh my god.
Here's the thing. I kept an open mind for this whole experience.
I was also keeping an open mind, and it got better.
It did.
It got a lot better.
I have dabbled in jazz in my day, mostly to put on something to disassociate and do work to. But my drum teacher is a jazz guy, so I have an appreciation for it. But also, I use it as a vessel to ignore it.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't really know how much I can speak to how much I fuck with it. So jazz, and that's my spiel on jazz in general. But like, besides that particular part in A Plea by Flea, I was like pleasantly surprised by what was going on, because it was just interesting enough at times where I didn't totally like daydream during the whole thing.
I agree. I think like there are like legitimate highlights for me
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the record. Like "Frailed" is a
Yeah.
song that I liked quite a bit. It's
Like
like I think
10 minutes.
Yeah,
it's
it's
10
long.
minutes, and it's like it's out of the songs that are on there. It feels like the most concise. Like there's like two really simple bass lines, but they just work really well. And they never like overindulge. Like they kind of like commit to this vibe. Yeah. And then when the horns come in, they all have like a logical and easy to follow like melody line.
Yeah.
Like it's all really tasteful. Like when I saw the track listing, I was like, I bet I hate that song. 'Cause it's 11 minutes long. Yeah. Easily my favorite thing on the record.
I would agree too. Yeah. It's not my favorite thing on the record, but it wasn't. I also had the same reaction of like, God, 10 minutes. But it kind of flies by, and yeah, I thought that after after a Plea, like a lot of these like originals that he has on the record were gonna be like kind of non-emotional. Like we weren't gonna get a lot of like swells or anything like that. It was just gonna be a lot of like chaotic for the sake of being chaotic. But yeah, that song has a lot of like. I don't know. It has a lot of melody in it for something that feels like free form,
Yeah, and I think too the album is. There's also a Frank Ocean cover on the album.
Well, half of these songs are covers.
A lot of covers.
Yeah.
The Maggot Brain. I didn't know that, so I was just listening and like when I heard Mother Earth has been pregnant for the third time or whatever, I was like, what? Oh, we're doing the whole Maggot Brain thing.
Yeah.
But in general, I just like. What I was trying to do while listening to this is forget that it's by Flea.
Yeah. And Plea is the only one that you can't do that.
Yeah. That's a good point too.
Because the guy from Red Hot Chili Peppers is yelling at you to love everyone.
I'm really glad that I think he comes in and says some shit later in the record, but like not quite a Plea style.
Mm-hmm. The last track has the gang vocals on it.
That's what it is. But I'm really glad that the record didn't focus on that sort of like Gil Scott-Heron, like, brothers and sisters, type of a thing.
100%.
But there was like some pretty cool, I mean, there's like really great drumming, and obviously the bass playing is really sick, and he plays trumpet on a lot of this stuff too.
And I thought the horns sounded good.
Yeah.
The production's awesome.
Yeah.
Couple things, Traffic Lights, the Thom Yorke song, kind of like my least favorite mode to use Thom Yorke.
Yeah.
That like spidery,
it's
whispery.
a little bit too gentle.
Yeah.
I liked the track. I thought the melody wasn't bad, but I agree with you. The performance was just like, we need more from Thom Yorke here.
Yeah, it feels like an outtake from a Smile record.
Yeah.
Morning Cry, I think, is one of my least favorite.
That's the like kind of faster.
Yeah. That one just feels like. That feels the most freeform.
Yeah.
Where it was just like they were jamming and trying to find something.
They came up with this crazy riff, and they're like, just do that.
The Maggot Brain cover, good.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't 10 minutes like the Maggot Brain
actual one. It doesn't have all the cool production and like weird guitar and stuff like that. Wichita Lineman cover, not that into it.
I liked Nick Cave's performance.
Like
when Nick Cave came in, it was kind of jarring because I was like, "Oh wow!" Like it's like he's just so. Nick Cave is an interesting guy to have on your like almost completely instrumental record.
Yes.
When his voice comes in, it's like booming. He's like, "Oh!" And I was
it's
like,
so
fuck.
dramatic.
Yeah. But it works. Like I think it works for the song. It wasn't great, but yeah, the back half of the record is not as grandiose as the first half. I thought we were gonna get like 10-minute track after 10-minute track, and after Frailed, it's like you're getting some 3.5 minute.
It kind of cruises.
Yeah, you're cruising.
Yeah.
I thought Thinking About You, the Frank Ocean cover was. It was pretty good, you know. Like I
think it's one of the better things on the record.
Yeah, but it's
like,
because that's a great song,
Yes, and he like sticks to those melody lines. Did you see his performance on Fallon?
No.
Saw the video come up. Wasn't interested enough to watch it. I saw him like with a trumpet, and then I was like, okay.
It's a funny performance to watch. Like it's a good performance. He has a bunch of like great musicians, but like he starts with that bass line. Every time he grabbed the trumpet, fucking huge pop from the audience.
Oh hell yeah!
Like they were just so excited that he was playing something other than
the
like,
bass.
This is sick! In the middle of an instrumental song, every time he touches the trumpet, people are like, yes!
It'd be funny if every time he puts down the trumpet, it's like, oh, like you hear like that.
You see him pick the bass back up.
Trumpet!
Yeah, just drowning.
Like, we're sick of the bass.
Yeah, or he like raps a Kiedis vocal melody through the trumpet somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good.
Willow Weep for me. thought was pretty good.
It has that like weird farty synth like going through.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was actually like when it first started, I was like, "Oh, I don't like the way this like melody sounds," but it kind of gets more like atmospheric and it's like probably the biggest sore thumb on the record because it uses those synths and like they're like big and heavy and it doesn't really sound like freeform jazz. But I guess that's kind of why I liked it. I was like, this is just a nice like change of pace.
Yeah, Frailed uses like a drum machine.
Yeah.
To carry the rhythm, and I thought that was used really well because
Yeah.
like throughout the song it sounds like they're changing the filter on it. Like
Yes.
it sounds like a hi-hat at first and then it sounds more like a snare.
Yeah.
The sound that they're using for a hi-hat in Frailed, that sound is somewhat irritating. It sound it's like whatever they do to the filter for there's like a 3-minute stretch in the song where
It's just all high end.
all high end. It's just the entire frequency range is that, and that was irritating to me.
Is Free as I Want to Be the that's like the
Guitar
one
one.
with the guitar, yeah. And the guitar has such an like crazy amount of reverb on it. Like
Yes.
kind of the same thing where it's like just the reverb effect takes up so much space.
Yeah.
That when the guitar stops playing, it's really noticeable.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god. Like the guitar is like 50% of the song.
Yes.
I did also feel like I could have used a little more of like that, like some more guitar
Yeah.
or like standard rock-esque variations
Yeah.
of this stuff just to carry it a little more, just to like bridge the gap between what like Flea is like really like I know he's great at
Yeah.
to this. But I mean that's the whole album. Are we moving into CA?
I feel like we
Yeah.
can CA.
Yeah,
you
let's
know?
see it.
This is a shorter one, but
It
let's
is.
do it.
I mean, none of us are jazz cats, so I feel
No,
like
I worked at an NPR station in college and have listened to like countless hours of jazz because I would like sit on the board for 4 hours of jazz.
Yeah.
And I still don't have
Right,
any
yeah.
like
Nah.
real taste
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say that this album is both more interesting and more boring than I expected it to be in a strange way.
Yeah.
You know, when I hear Flea's solo record, I was like, this could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't expect something so like contemplative,
Yeah.
something so like vibe heavy, but it was more interesting on a musical level than I would have expected either. Like I said, there was like real highlights to it. I really like Frailed. I may like just put that on.
Yeah.
You know, like it's sort of wallpaper, but
Yeah.
A little
it's,
bit.
it's fine.
Sometimes wallpaper's good.
Yes. Yeah, when we start with Plea, wallpaper's great.
Wallpaper
Yeah,
works
yeah.
for me.
Do not like Plea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I ended up like when it was 51 minutes, when it was freeform jazz, there was a lot of it that I was just like, this is going to be a nightmare to keep coming back to.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
kind of wasn't.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it goes down pretty easy. I think by the end, by the time you reach Wichita Lineman, I think you've kind of heard everything that the record is going to give you.
Yeah.
You're going to hear some variation of the bass and the horns and the drums. And like the last 3 songs, the Thinking About You's not bad.
Yeah.
But even that, like you do feel like you've heard some version of before. Didn't hate it. It's not something that I'm going to like return to. But I also don't think like, you know, this is like a worthy diversion for an artist. You know, like this isn't a complete waste of time. It doesn't feel like it's like just a pure ego stroke. Like I think that he does love this music enough that even to like somebody who is, you know, not the biggest Flea fan or the biggest jazz fan, he was at least able to give me something that I could still listen to this and be like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a home run or anything, and I don't know how much of this I'll return to other than putting on Frailed when I'm reading. So I'm thinking like, you know, I'm gonna go 6-3.
6-3.
That's
Okay.
nice. Yeah.
That's nice.
4-2.
Sucks.
I mean, I think Evan said it pretty well. I was like kind of impressed a little bit at the depth that Flea could go to, because like I've said before, his background being so silly it's kind of interesting to hear him do something very serious and very emotive at times, I guess, and passionate and whatever. He's a very impressive player, and I've always appreciated him because he seems like a good dude and also like a really well-rounded music fan in general. Like, I feel that way about Tyler, the creator, for example, too. Like, if you see him in interviews, he's rolling off references that are deep in the pocket. So that kind of comes through with Flea's stuff, and while I was listening to this, I was comparing a lot of it to the Andre 3000 flute situation. And this, like, soars above it in a lot of ways, just because, like, this actually held my attention. And it wasn't such a... I mean, it is out of left field for a guy that's in the Chili Peppers, but also the guy went to music school. The guy does play trumpet. The guy, he's very much like a music savant. And so I think he's trying to flex that muscle when he's in a band that, like, he can only do so much because Anthony Kiedis is his singer.
Yeah.
No shade to Kiedis, but
shade to Kiedis, but he's the reason why.
Yeah, no shade to Kiedis, but I just hit you with a fucking solar eclipse.
Death beam.
And Chad Smith.
Chad Smith.
But anyways, I was impressed by this, but it is very wallpaper. And maybe that's more of a me thing because I am not a jazz cat as much as I should be or something. Whatever. I think I'm right around where Evan is. I'm gonna call it a 6.5.
6.5
out of 10.
For me, yeah, I felt like the same way as you guys. Like, I was really expecting to go into this being like this, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when I heard the first single, I was like, oh, it was just gonna be painful. But
He took damage.
Yeah, dude, I thought I was like just gonna be in for it, and I was not looking forward to even putting it on.
Yeah.
To listen to the whole thing. But I was pleasantly surprised, and I don't know if it's because my expectations were so low, but I do feel like I would like this a lot if the vocals on Plea are really like what like that's the biggest knock.
That
for
tanked
me. It's
the
like
score.
you should not. Someone should have told him to not do that.
Civil War.
Yeah.
Civil War.
Someone should have told him, be like, I think the song works without your vocal.
Yeah.
Because most of the record is instrumental.
Yeah. And to save them for like 4 minutes into the song is weird, too.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
It was.
It's like
weird.
a jump scare.
It,
Yeah.
it was like a jump scare. I was just like, oh, wow, we're
Yeah.
doing this. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But I really appreciated what he did on this record because he gave us like half originals and then like half covers. And I feel like putting the covers in and, one of them being Thinking About You and kind of making Maggot Brain a little bit more like emotive and, having Nick Cave come in on Wichita Lineman. I was just like I liked those songs. They weren't bad. And, having the back half of the record be like not this long drawn out thing like Frailed was, but having Frailed as like this grand mid piece also really worked. Like I really love the way he structured this, and I feel like he did everyone a favor by not like having just like you said, like an ego stroke being like just fucking 10-15 minute long tracks.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this is a really well structured record. He puts actual songs in here, and it sounds great, and the performances are great. Was everything like amazing to listen to? No, but it is mostly just like, it's not bad. I couldn't knock it for much.
Yeah.
And I liked the Thom Yorke track, even though I do agree on the performance. But yeah, I didn't hate this. I really I'm shocked at how much I liked it actually. He just, he really impressed me with the structure of all of this. Like I've heard other free-form experimental records by guys like John Dwyer. Like this made me think of a lot of like the whole John Dwyer
Damaged Bug,
Bent Arcana, Witch Egg, Moon, whatever. Like
you could have just been saying Spanish.
John, if you don't know, John Dwyer put out like fucking 10 freeform jazz records.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like with like a whole bunch of musicians, and
Yeah.
those are really like all over the place. And
Yeah.
then I also thought about the King Giz drummer Cabs
Oh,
putting out
yeah.
like his like drum record.
Drums only shit.
And like Ty Segall did like a drum only thing too.
Love Rudiments, dude.
Yeah, and like I've listened to those, and like those can be like, I'm not trying those are like just the when people get real artsy,
offshoots.
you're just like, ugh, this could go one way or the other, and it's usual to me that it does not go the right way.
Yeah.
But this kind of did. So I'm gonna give it a 7.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Nice.
I actually just think it's just not as bad as you think.
Yeah.
It's a 6.6.
We could bump it up to the lightest of hell yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I kind of like that for Flea.
That kind of feels good.
It feels
mean,
okay for Flea.
It feels
Yeah.
right. Like, I think it surprised each of us enough
Yeah.
that it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think we were all, when we saw Flea on the thing,
Yeah.
it was like we were like Harlem
Right.
Globetrotters passing the
Yeah.
rock, ready to do a tomahawk.
Yeah.
And we just can't. Like,
You can't. You fucking pulled it off.
outside
you know?
of Plea.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Plea wasn't there, man.
If Plea wasn't there, hell yeah. That's
It would
what
be it would probably be like a 7-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm saying let's call it a hell yeah. Let's
Yeah.
I don't know what you would call it. Like
I don't know.
A Plea, if Plea wasn't there, it would be a hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yes, that works. If
Yeah.
Flea wasn't there, it would
It
be
would
a
be
hell
a
yeah.
hell yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it's still a hell yeah, but it's a part of a sentence.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go.
It's like
Oh, we got it.
contingent upon a phrase.
I think if you would have told me at the beginning of the year, I don't know if we talked about the Flea solo album when we were like previewing albums
Yeah,
for
I
the
don't
year,
think
but
you're
if you
right.
would have told me that we would have spoken glowingly of a Flea solo record,
Yeah.
Yes.
I would have told you were nuts.
Me too.
But I mean, credit where credit's due. The guy, like I said in my CA, he's a deep dude. You know,
Yeah.
he just doesn't really get to flex that muscle in his, gravy train project that he that
Yeah.
he spent the last
Yeah.
25, 30 years in. And
Yeah.
that's no one's fault.
100%. Yeah, it was more tasteful than I thought it would be.
Yes.
Way
like,
more taste.
Like, Plea led me to believe, like, we might be in full
Yeah.
indulgence. Like,
Yeah.
no one told this multimillionaire he
Yeah.
couldn't do whatever he wanted. But then, like, you hear this stuff and you're like, no, this is a guy that, like, has like, incredible sense of musicality.
Yeah.
A lot of talent.
And good taste.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't, that's why I was like even more pleasantly surprised with it, because it feels like he really could have gone in the direction of Plea, but just was like,
Yes.
I need
just
this.
give me one. And I like that he was like, just give me
One.
Everyone's allowed to embarrass themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
And especially on your first solo record, it's already an embarrassing thing.
We've
to
all
even
done
do
it.
Yeah.
So it's like he gave himself one song and he cut himself off.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the rest, you
And
don't have to
then
worry about.
Mad respect.
Amnesia.
Honestly.
You can forget about it
Yeah.
once with the rest
Right,
of the 40.
exactly.
Yeah, by the time
minutes
you
with
get to the Frank Ocean song, you kind of forget
You
that we
forget
were
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Civil,
Yeah.
Civil.
I mean, it's bad. It's
It
real
is.
bad.
It's bad.
Okay, it's a 6.6 out of 10. It would have been a hell yeah without Plea.
or something.
Something
Or
like
something
I'll
or
put
something
it in
along
there.
those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of it? Tell us in the comments. Did you love? Are you like a giant Flea fan and this is the best thing in the world, or are you like this guy was really overstepping his limits?
If I know the standard Chili Pepper fan, this may not appeal to a Chili Pepper guy.
I wouldn't think so, but a lot of Chili Peppers guys are big Flea guys.
Yeah.
True. So
They-
they're just blindly follow.
100%. I could
Yeah.
see them just being like, I love Flea so much.
I love
that-
jazz now.
Yeah, I love.
I'm a
jazz.
jazz hog.
I've actually
I mean,
always been a jazz.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a soul patch. I have
Yeah.
a jacket with like the
Yeah.
fucking like elbow patches.
Yeah, I got
just like
those.
a
I'm
little
a
like,
professor.
Yeah.
I'm now
Yeah.
a community college jazz professor.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. You walk into his office. He's like, "Can I interest you in a little bit of ganja?"
Yeah. I'm gonna listen to this Flea album again.
And then maybe Stadium Arcadium
Yeah.
after that.
He's like, puts on a record, and it's like,
Ready,
"I don't
baby.
practice Santeria." He's got like the soul patch. He's like,
The notes that Bradley, whatever.
"Well, yeah.
That they announced a new album this
His
year.
son is coming.
Yeah.
out
Sublime.
now."
First one in 30
Yeah.
years.
With the son of
With the
Brad.
son, yeah.
Brad.
Mhm.
What's his last name?
Bradley Noel or
Noel.
Noel.
Yeah.
Cue the superheroes suiting up meme because
Yeah.
that's us reviewing the
yeah.
new
Oh, for
Sublime.
sure.
New
Yeah.
Sublime.
New Sublime.
80 ounces to freedom, dude.
His son took over lead vocals on the last record. That's good.
the college, like the community college hacky sack rock
Yeah.
professor.
Yeah, he's like brandy. Yeah, it's like a glass of brandy, but he's like, "This is Fireball.
Yeah. This is actually Arizona
This
Iced
is a
Tea.
shot of Fireball."
This is Faith No More's early work.
A lot better.
Could I trouble anyone to some ultimate frisbee?
Your homework for today is to hacky sack in the quad.
Unless anybody wants to split a J, in which you will get extra credit.
It's one of our best characters.
Professor Flea is so sick, dude.
Flea. All right, thanks everyone. That's the show. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.